Hey guys, Brad Danger here, and oh boy, the next generation GT-R will not be electric, and honestly, good, because the GT-R going fully electric right now would feel like watching Godzilla retire from destroying cities so he can become a LinkedIn productivity coach. You know, the guy that says, hey guys, today we're gonna talk about the battery preconditioning, shareholder value, and how to optimize your charging strategy. Now, full stop. That is not Godzilla. That is a Nissan Ariya with a childhood trauma that will never go away. According to Nissan, the next GT-R is not going to be fully EV. It will probably be hybrid. It will probably still have a combustion engine, and somewhere deep inside a dealership that still has a 2017 Nissan Titan with a $12,000 market adjustment, one Nissan engineer finally whispered, maybe the sports car should make noise. Thank you. Finally. But this also raises a very serious question. What the hell is the next Nissan GT-R supposed to be? Because, well, the R35 GT-R was not just a car. Well, it was a giveaway car that I gave away, and Rocky won it from New York. And you could go get entered to win our current giveaway in the pinned first comment. And that car was a cultural event. It was a PlayStation cheat code that escaped into real life. It was the car equivalent of picking Odd Job in GoldenEye. It showed up, ruined everyone's lap times, and then just sat there looking smug with the personality of a gaming PC. I mean, when the R35 launched in 2007, it was insane. This thing came out with a twin-turbo V6, all-wheel drive, a dual-clutch gearbox, launch control, computer-controlled everything, and the general vibe of the car did not ask you if you were talented. It just said, don't worry, meat puppet, I got this. Back then, a Porsche 911 Turbo was the established king. Ferrari was still making cars that required a financial advisor and possibly a priest. Lamborghini was yelling in Italian, and Nissan walked in wearing cargo shorts and said, yeah, so here's a car that runs supercar numbers for normal rich guy money. Let's not romanticize it too hard, but compared to that expensive stuff, it was embarrassing. The GT-R was a Costco supercar. It was the budget cheat code, the Porsche killer, the thing your friend picked in every racing game when he had no imagination but still wanted to win. And it did win. I mean, the R35 was so effective it almost became boring. That was the weird magic of it. It was violent, it was fast, brutal, and also somehow clinical, like being attacked by a spreadsheet. You didn't drive the early GT-Rs as much as you submitted a performance request to Nissan's engineering department. Dear Atessa all-wheel drive system, please rotate me through this corner. Request accepted. Dear dual clutch transmission, please remove my mistakes. Already done, you idiot. And that was the genius. It made average drivers feel like Nürburgring ghosts. It turned dads with Bluetooth earpieces into time attack champions. It was a car for people who wanted supercar speed without the exotic car drama. No belts made of unobtainium, no Italian dashboard warning lights that meant your wallet is bleeding, no German options lists where the cup holder costs the same as a running Miata, just a boost, grip, launch control, and violence. But then something happened. The R35 was in production for so long that when it came out, the iPhone was new. By the time it died, your iPhone had enough cameras to film the Netflix documentary about the GT-R still being on sale. The car launched when people were still burning CDs. It survived the rise of smartphones, the fall of sedans, multiple Spider-Man reboots, every single YouTube thumbnail trend, and Nissan's entire personality crisis. For 18 years, Nissan kept walking into the boardroom like, what should we do with the GT-R? And the guy in the back would say, new bumper? And everyone applauded like he had it cured rust. I mean, the R35 had facelifts, special editions, Nismo versions, track editions, T-specs, Bayside Blue throwbacks, Midnight Purple nostalgia bait, gold wheels, different stitching, carbon bits, new aero, revised bumpers, but fundamentally, it was the same old cyborg lizard. I mean, they're like, here it is again, same thing, new lighting, please buy it. And to be fair, people actually did, because the GT-R was still cool, it was still fast, it still had presence, but the world, they moved on. The original GT-R was a bargain missile. Then it slowly became just another expensive sports car. The thing that started as a Porsche killer value hack ended up $120,000 to $220,000. Yes, hear that again, $220,000 Nissan. That is not a sentence, you guys, that is a symptom. And the problem is, while the GT-R was aging like a vampire with back pain, the Corvette went mid-engine. Chevy looked at the entire sports car world and said, what if we made a Ferrari for people who have a Bass Pro Shop membership? And they did. The C8 Corvette showed up with mid-engine balance, a dual-clutch transmission, serious pace, daily usability, and a base price that made the GT-R look like it was selling nostalgia by the pound. The GT-R used to be the bully. Then the C8 walked in with New Balance shoes and ruined the curve. That is the tragedy of the R35. It started as the working man supercar killer. It ended as an old hero charging modern supercar money while getting bullied by an American car with golf clubs in the trunk. And that hurts, guys. And now the next GT-R has to fix all of that. So what should it be? First, not fully electric. Nissan is right about that. Not because EVs are bad, EVs are brutally fast. Some of them accelerate like the hand of God is angry at your spine. But the GT-R cannot just be fast. That is the trap. The R35 already proved that speed alone eventually becomes boring. A new GT-R needs drama, it needs mechanical character, it needs that sense that somewhere underneath you, there is still an engine being deeply irresponsible. So hybrid makes sense, right? A hybrid GT-R could be amazing if Nissan does it correctly. Keep a combustion engine, give it electric boost torque, use the hybrid system for traction, boost response, and corner exit violence. Make it like a modern Group B fever dream with airbags. Give it a twin turbo V6, maybe an evolution of the VR38 idea, maybe a new engine. Add an electric motor where it matters. Let it launch hard, rotate better, and punch out of the corners like it just saw a Porsche owner and said, Nissan isn't premium, but do not make it 4,800 pounds. Please, because the easiest way to ruin the R36 is to make it a hybrid luxury bunker with 900 horsepower, 14 screens, fake engine noises, and a curb weight measured in studio apartments. The GT-R should not be a Japanese BMW XM coupe. It should be a weapon, not a luxury lifestyle product, not a tech demo, not a rolling subscription service where launch control is $19.99 a month with a passenger seat costs extra. It needs to be ugly in a cool way, technical, purposeful, slightly unpleasant, like it was designed by engineers who have not seen daylight since 2004. The R35 was never traditionally beautiful. It looked like a robot dog wearing shoulder pads, but it had purpose. Every vent, every weird angle, every swollen fender said, this exists because a computer bullied the wind. The R36, it needs that energy. It should not chase Ferrari. It should not chase McLaren. It should not chase the Porsche luxury. The GT-R was at its best when it was disrespectful. It should arrive and make every $250,000 sports car owner deeply uncomfortable. I mean, that's the point of the GT-R. No, look at our premium heritage experience. No, the GT-R job is to ruin brunch. It should pull up next to a 911 Turbo S and make the Porsche guy start explaining resale value before the light even turns green. And Nissan desperately needs that. Because, let's be honest, Nissan hasn't been very weird for a while. This is the company that gave us the Skyline GT-R, Silvia, Z-Cars, Pulsar, GT-I-R, Stasia, 300ZX, 240SX, and then somehow spent the last decade asking, what if every car we made felt like it was designed during a lunch break at a rental agency? The Z is cool, but it also feels like Nissan built it by opening the old parts drawer and saying, good enough, the internet will defend it. The GT-R died, the Silvia is still a ghost, Nismo has been reduced to badges on crossovers, and enthusiasts are here sitting like, guys, you used to be dangerous, what happened? Meanwhile, Toyota somehow became the fun Japanese car company again. Toyota, the people who made beige into a business model. Since the 2010s, Toyota has been out here giving us GR86, GR Yaris, GR Corolla, Supra, manual options, rally energy, and actual performance division chaos. Toyota woke up one morning and decided to become the cool uncle with a tire budget. Honda has the Civic Type R, which is excellent. The Type R is probably the best front-wheel drive performance car on sale, and it deserves respect. But enthusiasts flag like it's the last candle in a power outage. Mazda is still making Miata because Mazda understands joy better than most companies understand finance. Subaru is still making Subaru things, which means symmetrical all-wheel drive, boxer noises, and interiors that look like they were assembled from camping equipment. But Japan needs more coolness. We need weirdness again. We need Nissan and Honda to stop acting like car enthusiasts are rounding errors. And that is where the Honda-Nissan partnership could get interesting. Now, to be clear, big Honda-Nissan merger talks basically collapsed. It got awkward. Honda wanted control. Nissan did not want to be adopted like a troubled rescue dog, and everybody went home. But the partnership idea, it's not dead. Reports say Honda and Nissan are still working towards shared technology, especially software and electronic systems. And normally, that sounds boring enough to make you forget how breathing works. Shared ECU platform is not exactly the phrase that makes grown men put posters on their wall, but maybe, just maybe, this could help. Because modern performance cars are not just engines anymore. They are software, control system, hybrid integration, torque management, battery cooling, stability logic, electronic differentials, brake-by-wire, steering feel, drive modes that hopefully do something besides change the gauge cluster from blue to red. If Honda brings precision, rev-happy engineering, chassis tuning, hybrid experience, and the ability to make front-wheel drive cars behave like physics is negotiable, and Nissan brings GT-R all-wheel drive insanity, turbocharged violence, and a deep catalog of legendary names they have been ignoring like unpaid parking tickets, maybe something good actually happens. Maybe we get a GT-R that actually feels like the future. Maybe Honda gets a new NSX idea that does not arrive 10 years too late and costs McLaren money. Maybe Nissan brings back the Silvia and remembers that not every car enthusiast needs 700 horsepower and a payment plan that ruins Christmas. Maybe Mitsubishi wakes up in the corner and gives us an Evo instead of another crossover with a badge from better times. This is how the golden JDM era could come back. Not by copying the 90s. That era, that's gone. The R32, R33, R34, Supra Mark IV, RX-7 FD, NSX, Evo, STI, Silvia, 300ZX. Those cars happened because Japanese automakers were fighting to prove something. They were over-engineering, experimenting, being weird, building cars with soul because the bubble era energy was still in the walls. The new golden era has to be different. Hybrid, turbocharged, lightweight where possible, software that improves the car instead of replacing the car, manual where it makes sense, dual clutch where it matters, real steering feel, real noise, real identity. The next GT-R cannot be an R35 with another bumper because, well, they already did that for 18 years. At this point, if Nissan reveals an R36 and it looks like an R35 with thinner headlights, I am going to assume the design department is legally trapped in a bunker. The R36 has to be a statement, not just the GT-R is back, it has to say Nissan is back, because that is what the R35 originally did. It reminded the world that Nissan could build something terrifying, something that made Porsche sweat, something that made Lamborghini owners check forums at 2 a.m., something that made teenagers in Gran Turismo believe they understood apexes. The new one needs to have the same disrespect. It does not have to be the most luxurious, it does not have to be the prettiest, it does not even need to be the most powerful. A hybrid all-wheel drive monster with real combustion character, brutal launch capability, track durability, and a price that does not require selling a kidney in your father's watch. Because if the next GT-R comes out at 230,000 bucks, well, congratulations, Nissan. You built a car for collectors who will put 400 miles on it and talk about investment-grade Japanese heritage while wearing driving gloves at Cars and Coffee. No. The GT-R is supposed to be driven, abused, tuned, launched, modified, made to shoot flames, made faster by people with laptops, poor sleep schedules, and questionable financial planning. It should be the car that makes the internet loud again. So yes, the new GT-R not being electric is good news, but that is only the first step. Now Nissan has to do the hard part. They have to build a car worthy of the badge, not a nostalgia product, not a tech appliance, not a $200,000 museum piece with launch control, a real GT-R, a PlayStation boss fight with license plates. A car so small it feels illegal but still raw enough to make you laugh like an idiot. The R35 was the future in 2007, the R36 cannot be the past in 2030. Nissan, please, no more bumper updates, wake Godzilla up. So let me know what you think of the new R36 GT-R in the comments down below. Also get entered to win our next giveaway car, pinned in the first comment. Like, subscribe so we can hit 2 mil by the end of the year. Check out some of these Ideal vids. And I'm Brad, this is Ideal, and promise me one thing, keep living the ideal lifestyle.